Hey guys, this is David from Vanguard here with another deck profile of Shadow Paladins Revengers. This is actually my English Revenger deck. I still have my Japanese one, but I'm kind of messing around with it because my stuff from set 15 is coming in. But further ado, I do want to introduce my new techs in the deck. So let's get started. For my starter, I'm actually running two starters. Before I ran two Claudices, now I'm running one Claudis and one Creeping Dark Goat. It seems with the playtesting I have done for like 6 months, Creeping Dark Goat is actually the better choice for Shadow Paladins because of its Raging Form searching ability. Now, for its grade 3 searching ability. So Creeping Dark Goat's nice, and then I still do run the Claudis because there are situations with some card I do use Claudis and then put in the Soul and then call Blaster Dark and stuff. And I'll explain a little bit later. Going to my grade 3 lineups, I am running 4 of the Break Ride, Illusionary Revenger, Madra Phantom. Well, as this card, as everyone knows that you have to counterblast 1, give a +10 to the Vanguard, call Revenger that's grade 2 or lower to the field, and give +5 to it. So it's a really nice card. To be honest, when I use the Break Ride, I don't think that I will finish the opponent anyways, but I do believe that I can push him at a certain point, so the next turn I can use Raging Form's ability to finish the opponent off. Speaking of Raging Form, I have 4 Raging Forms. Raging Form is actually the ultimate restanding card for Shadow Paladins. Limit Break. After the card attacks, you sacrifice 3 of your Revenger units, and if you have the same card, which is another Raging Form, you can ride into it. So, and then in a stand position and give it +10. So it's a really nice card. You're attacking on the Break Ride turn, you'll be basically attacking for 21 by itself twice. So it's a really nice card. But when you use the ability, I highly recommend that you conserve your cards before you actually use the Persona Ride effect. Because, you know, like decks nowadays, they have a lot of hand power, of course, and then if you're not at the finishing range, I really don't recommend that you use this card. Because I actually been playtesting with this deck, ever since the first set 12 came out in Japan. So just with my past experiences, it's better to pressure your opponent so he's worried like, is he actually going to Persona Ride so I can use my perfect card in my hand? But no, you can use, but you want to keep your rear guards on the field, so later on you can use them to intercept and whatever, because you can sack everything in the deck, even triggers, so don't have to worry what to sack. So going on to the grade 2 lineups, I am actually running 2 of the Dark Cloak Revenger, Tartu. Tartu is actually a really nice card that I never tried in my Japanese deck, because of course I did enjoy my play with Blaster Dark Revenger and concentrating on it, but Tartu is actually a nice card to give bait for my Raging Form Dragon. Of course, I did consider using it, but like it was coming out in English soon, so I did want to test it in English instead. So yep, I used 2 Tartus. If you don't know what Tartu does, it's Counterblast 2, and when it's called in the Vanguard or the Rear Guard, you put a grade 1 Revenger unit at the bottom of this card. So it gives you, it's a free card trade-in for Counterblast 2, so it's really good. I can't say it's the best, but I mean, it's really good. And for other grade 2 lineups, I am running 4 Blaster Dark Revengers. Of course, his ability is Counterblast 2. Retire any card in the front row, so he's pretty standard. And then 4 12k attackers. 12k attackers are always nice to have, especially when you're 12k attackers are 12k attackers. If you noticed, I don't have really much of a defense because I don't run 10Ks, But this lineup actually has been working pretty fine, because eventually I need damage and then I'm gonna sack my opponent anyways. So, and then going to the grade 1 lineups, I am running 4 perfect guards, of course, and they are all Revengers, because there are situations where you do attack with your Mac leaders and try to sack them with Raging Form later. People say that you don't need the Revenger one, but to be honest, in my opinion, having Revenger perfect guards are very important, because you don't know what situation that you're going to be in. So having an insured Revenger on the field is really nice. So I recommend having the Revenger perfect guard. Running other grade 1 lineups, I am running 4 Dorient. Speaking of Dorient, this card is the best card for Blaster Dark as a supporter. If this card is if the Blaster Dark Revenger is called right in front of Dorient, I can unflip a damage. So basically, I have more Counterblast for Tartu or Blaster Dark Revenger. It's a very, 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 very good card because of its unflipping ability that comes almost free, because with the Clotis you can search a Blaster Dark. With Moderate you can search a Blaster Dark. So it's really, really consistent of what it does. And unflipping damage is really easy. Speaking of Counterblast, I do run 2 Revenger Dark Bond Trumpeter. I did not consider this card until later on, when I realized that I can put zeros, any zeros which is trigger also, and if I put a draw trigger down, it's basically a +1 anyways. So it's kind of the same of getting draw triggers on the field, and then you can sack him for Raging Form Dragon. I mean, any play is fine. And I am not running the Vanguard boosters at this point, because, I mean, Raging Form is just going to eat them for an extra attack, so I didn't really see a point of running Vanguard boosters in this game. So, I mean, in this deck at least. And then I run 4 copies of the 10k clone, the 10k attacker. To be honest, if I had other choices, I would run it, like good cards, not like Counterblast and give 10k to the unit. I mean, not stuff like that, but if I had better choices, I'll probably run it in English. But as far as I know, I don't have anything to use, so I am using my 10k attacker, which is fine anyways, because if I don't have attackers, I mean, it always comes in handy. These cards are actually really nice techs in the deck. So another combo, I can use Tartu, intercept with Tartu, and then call this card to the front and then attack rear guards. I mean, really nice card. And then trigger lineups are pretty simple. It's like the old deck that I had. It's 4 heals, 4 draws, 8 crits. I do run the draws, but I usually sacrifice them for Dark Bond Trumpeter anyways, because, I mean, it's basically the same play of hitting a draw trigger. So either or, this card the trigger lineup is pretty standard. And then, of course, running more crits is more effective because, you know, crits are crits. So, yeah, nothing really to say about this deck. It's really good. And then I've been playing it for 6 sets. I mean, not 6 sets, 6 months already. It does what it does. Yes, it is sacky, to be honest, but this deck is sacky because of its, like, searching ability. I search for every card except for triggers, so you can kind of see how it's going. I'm calling every card out, so I will be hitting triggers a lot. And then with Raging Form's Twin Drive, I need to hit a trigger or Raging Form to make something really broken happen. So further ado, just comment, rate, subscribe down below, and just comment on this deck. Of course, I am getting other decks, but I do want to play this competitively, possibly in the regionals, but I am still thinking of what would be a better choice of if I should go invaders or defenders and stuff like that. But yeah, hope you guys like the deck profile, and make sure you give a thumbs up for Revengers, because I like Revengers. And like always, image of the victory, and I am Vanguard. Yeah, Revengers.